Fox News. I'm your host, Brenna Schaefer, and I'm here to cover the Washington Insider Meet and Greet. I'm waiting for the candidates to arrive, and right now, it's pretty dead. But hopefully soon, when class starts, people will be arriving. I'll fill you in on more. Thanks.
Everything has liquid. Try to keep it on like this table. We will be starting with President Tarskin. Tarskin, anybody that comes up will have an opportunity. I will stop the blinding light. But you'll come up and you'll get to give your stump speech, and then you'll take a couple questions from the media.
Welcome, media, party leaders, interest groups, and fellow candidates on both sides of the aisle. Today I will be speaking on my already successful and difficult time as president, as well as why I've decided to run again and what plans I still have for our wonderful nation. As the incumbent, I believe I have an upper hand over many of my fellow candidates. This being that I've had the privilege to personally have a hand in the development of our country and work side by side with politicians from both sides of the aisle. While my presidency has been surrounded by much controversy, some warranted, most not, I believe that it's still been a successful presidency. We have seen record low unemployment, especially among ethnic minorities, and we have seen record highs in the New York Stock Exchange, and we have taken an aggressive yet fair American first stance on global trade and relations. Even with the success seen, there is still much work left to be done, especially in negotiating new and better trade deals with our East Asian allies and reevaluating our allies' usefulness and loyalty, as well as reforming our immigration policies in a fair, bipartisan way. Also dealing with gun control and college debt. I believe that even though 4 more years will not be enough to solve every problem facing our nation today, it will be enough to solidify the work I've done and give our government time to work for the people and not just their party. At the end of the day, we are here to serve the people, and we should reach across the aisle, shake hands, and do what is best for every hardworking American that calls this country their home. I look forward to running another successful campaign and continuing the work that has already been done.
Thank you. President Tarskin, that was articulate, coherent, and well organized. Wow.
What do you plan on doing to bridge, you talked about having a presidency for both sides of the aisle. What is what do you plan on doing to bridge the gap between the polarized parties?
I think really just in going about our issues, trying not to polarize it and really listen to the other side and be willing to compromise and change is the biggest thing.
What are your plans for future healthcare?
I believe that's one issue lower on our list, but I think that is still an important issue. I think healthcare is an important part of our society, but it's not. I think it's something that should stay privatized and not something that the government should have much to do with.
Well done. President Tarskin, well done. Nice. Senator Lewis, you have the stage.
All right, sounds good. How you guys doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. To all my party leaders and to all my fellow candidates, I just want to make this speech to you guys and let you know what I stand for. As an experienced senator who has represented blue states for the entirety of my career, I understand the versatility, transparency, and understanding it takes to effectively represent the diverse demographics that make our country so great. Born in Detroit, Michigan, I've seen the way exploiting cheap labor and moving jobs overseas can negatively ravage and deplete an economy. And I also see the importance in maintaining trade and positive commerce with our allies to maintain economic growth and stability for our expanding economy and population for years to come. I'm a family man, religious father of 5 who has happily been married for more than 20 years. So I take pride and want to restore basic and founding American values that I still accept and commit to adapting to our rapidly changing culture. So I represent and provide the best life for those American citizens, yet I can still fight and restore all the values that make our country so great and what it was founded upon. With our country being divided as ever, I feel that my political background representing Massachusetts as a senator has given me the tools and understanding to work with those who have different viewpoints than me and still come to conclusions that best fit the need of the people. The U.S. economy is in incredible debt. The GDP is decreasing in the past month, and health costs, mainly mental, have been concerningly high. As a Massachusetts governor, I reduced a $3 billion deficit by 70% and signed into law the largest healthcare reform program our state has ever seen, which would be very effective in returning our economy to the place it used to be back in its prime years in the 80s and the 90s. My background, experience, and genuine care for the American people make me your candidate for the rapidly changing culture and to revitalize the Republican Party.
Thank you, Senator Lewis. Action from media for Senator Lewis.
What's your opinion on world trade and improving those relations?
It's a great question. World trade, I feel like, as much as we can provide as a country on our own, we are not as independent as I think we often like to believe, and we don't really have the power at this day and age to be shutting out countries and calling names and getting into Twitter fights with other countries' leaders in regards to show how tough we are. I think even as a conservative, I do believe that we need other countries and able to maintain a stability in this economy that better suits its people and gives everyone the resources it needs to thrive. So I think a lot of the times, some of those smaller countries that maybe we've been exploiting, I think we should stay there, but maybe provide people there with jobs as well as we can manufacture jobs here. And I think that we need to prioritize those foreign relations in order to keep our economy growing for years to come. Nervous? No, I wouldn't say that. I think I have a lot of great candidates to run against, but I think that if I can push across the ideals that I believe are best for our country, I think there's a silent majority of people right now, or maybe not so silent, that agree with what I'm saying and don't like the divide between the two parties. I think all Democrats and Republicans can agree that's a clear issue right now, and that you see a lot of time on Twitter and in person, people can't talk about simple issues. And that bridges the divide between a lot of populations and is not helping our country in any regards, and I would back that with my life. I don't think that's good for our country in any way, and I think that having someone moderate in this party that has been kind of so radicalized would be beneficial, and I think that a lot of America would agree with me on that. That's a great question. Well, first, I think our legal immigration, so I mean, obviously, people talk about legal immigration as an issue, and I do agree that's an issue, and it's a tough issue to deal with because you don't want people to break the law, but you also don't want to break kids apart from their families. Like, no one wants to see that happen, I'd assume. So I think that we should make it easier for people to come here legally. Background checks for those who want to come here legally should be able to get in here quickly and be able to start funding our economy, start having jobs, start funding a better life for themselves. Syrian refugee is facing drastic measures. They're going to...
Hello everyone, I'm Kimmy Harrison and I'm so honored to be standing in front of you today to kick off the 2020 election cycle. First, let me tell you a little bit about myself. As a child, I moved from Oakland to Berkeley, Berkeley to Montreal, Canada, and then right here in Washington, D.C. and Howard University. After receiving a political science and an economics degree, I returned to my home state to receive a JD. I started as district attorney from 2003 to 2009, and in 2010 I was elected the Attorney General of California. I was elected into the Senate in 2016, where I currently serve today. I am always moving, and I'm always searching for a brighter future. I believe in the importance of the people. I believe in respect. I believe in the power of listening to learn. Most of all, I believe in the power every single one of you has to change our country for the better. We need to respect everyone. We need to listen to everyone, and we need to help everyone. We live in an America divided. We are divided by immigration status, by ideology, by race, by gender, by economic inequality, and by fear. But we also live in America of hope, of promise, of dreams for a better life. When my parents immigrated to the United States, they were looking for a chance to turn their dreams into actions. I believe we can do the same. Let's reform gun control, gun laws, so all people can feel safe in their communities. Let's hold our education system to a higher standard. Let's provide health care to all who can't afford it. Let's ensure women have control over their own bodies and support Planned Parenthood. Let's fix income inequality in this country. Let's raise the minimum wage and support this SEIU. Let's start holding corporations and businesses accountable. Let's protect our world against climate change. Let's help immigrants feel welcome. Our differences are what make us American. Our dreams are what unite us. Let's take action together.
Questions from the media?
Yes.
What's your opinion on the military?
I feel as though we're spending too much money on the military, and we need to cut back spending so that we can take that money and work on our education system or on women's. Yes.
Anyways, that's this one.
Yes.
let's say hypothetically, another new child is coming to come to us, and you only get to one at a time to say no. Which one do you say is the majority?
That's an interesting question there. I feel as though we should have the means to be able to save both. I know that's not the question, but I feel as though we should be able to save both. And I don't know why in that situation we couldn't save both. I feel as though I could pull them both out, I guess, with both of my hands. I want to save both. I don't want to see anyone die. I don't like that. So I think taking both would be my option. I wouldn't decide to this. Pull both. I have two hands.
Any other questions for the media for Senator Harrison?
Yeah.
What should be this issue?
The biggest issue with today economy. I think gun control needs to be solved, and I feel like we're having too many school shootings, and we need to reform that. Also, women's rights are being taken away, and I feel like we need to address that.
Excellent job, Senator Harrison. Well done. And our last candidate, Senator Anderson. Are we Lena or Bernadette?
Lena.
Lena. Okay. Senator, well, Bernie, Sanders, Bernadette. I don't know. What is that a normal name you go to? No. Look at you. You're like, no. Senator Anderson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to be standing here today in front of you. In today's political climate, we as Americans are more divided than ever. President Tarskin's disastrous term in office has left the country polarized, divided, and with a deep-seated loathing of each other and our fellow Americans, merely based on their identities and beliefs. I, like many of you, have felt the effects of this dichotomized society. I identify as part of the LGBT community. I identify as a woman. I identify as a socialist. All of these identities are important to me, and many others, yet I find that a basic level of deference and care is lacking from those who may believe that these identities are not deserving of respect. I want to make it abundantly clear to President Tarskin and to everyone caught in the middle of the political polarization he has created that all identities deserve respect. We should respect the opinions of those on the far opposite end of the political spectrum, as long as those opinions do not disrespect our identities. And if they do, it's our right and our responsibility to do what we can to educate that person. Educate them about income inequality, about the plight that low-income families are facing, and the ideal that everyone deserves a living wage. Educate them about foreign policy, about the brave American soldiers still stationed in Afghanistan and the consequences of escalating conflict with Iran and North Korea. Educate them about racial tensions, about unequal treatment of people of color in America, and the importance of helping immigrants attain American citizenship. Because as we know, it's much better to build bridges than it is to build walls. Educate them about the importance of affordable health care for everyone. Educate them about climate change and why it's such a pressing issue, and most importantly, educate them about the importance of widespread equality and respect across the aisle. Because ladies and gentlemen, there are no more honorable ideas to hold than unity and respect. I'm Lena Anderson, and I'm candidate for Lena.
Questions from the media about her stump speech?
You mentioned the protection of identities and mentioned the LGBTQIA plus community. What policies would you take to protect that?
I think that under Tarskin's presidency, LGBTQ identities are definitely under attack. As we know, there are many issues in the past with DOMA being instated and things like that. I think that we need to have further protection for LGBTQ students in schools, as well as further protection for marriage. Yes.
In your speech you said that you always have to use the word respect. Does that mean that you respect Tarskin?
I absolutely do respect President Tarskin. I may not believe in everything that he stands for, I may not believe in some of the rhetoric that he uses, but I absolutely respect him as a man.
Thank you. Thank you.